So this is what I put into my turmeric golden milk. This is by Harmonic Arts. This is one of my favorite brands. They make a lot of the herbs like medicinal mushrooms, spices. This is cardamom. You can add it to your chaga teas, and it adds that beautiful, rich, creamy flavor without adding dairy, because we all know that dairy is very, very bad for you, especially pasteurized dairy, okay? Pasteurized dairy it changes the molecular structure of the proteins, so it's really hard for the body to digest, even though it's found in a lot of the protein powders out there. And I do not agree with consuming pasteurized dairy protein, okay? So the casein there is actually found, the casein, which is a protein found in dairy, has been correlated to cancer. Okay, so it turns on cancer cells in the body. And there has been hundreds of studies, and a 20-year study has been conducted in the States. In China, they discovered that casein is responsible for turning on cancer cells, okay? And once you stop consuming all that denatured protein in your diet, the body will start healing itself. And so when you start going on a plant-based diet and eating raw foods, what happens is the body starts turning off those cancer cells slowly. And once you start polluting yourself again, it's going to start producing more of those cancer cells. So you can turn off and on cancer cells by changing your diet and your environment, your lifestyle. So turmeric and all these herbs are healing herbs, or healing spices, that tone down inflammation in the body. It balances the body, gives you uplifts your mood. And coconut oil will kind of amplify the result because it has the antimicrobial and the antibacterial action, and it boosts your immune system with the lauric acid. And as I mentioned before, lauric acid is found in human breast milk and breast milk of all mammals in nature. The first milk is called colostrum that animals produce for their offspring as soon as they give birth. So it's kind of like a yellow, it's not really milk, it's just like a yellow liquid that comes out. You don't get a lot of it. So a lot of mothers, of course, who've given birth, you'd know what colostrum is, and that's exactly what it is. It's your baby's first immune milk. Okay, and babies don't need a lot of it. We just need a few drops and that's it. And without the colostrum, without the lauric acid, it's hard for us to build immunity to things. So those people who are born via C-section or born fairly prematurely, and when they're born premature, their mothers may not produce a lot of milk, or they probably, they put them on bottles and formula all their life. And like for me, example, I've never had human colostrum in my life. So I grew up with a very, very weak immune system. And that's what happens to a lot of children with allergies, is that allergies, it may be linked to having asthma, eczema in the future when the infant doesn't have the colostrum that it needs from birth. So it has been linked to having allergies in the future and growing up. So that's where peanut allergies come in. They wonder what causes it. And it may be linked to not having colostrum and not having that lauric acid that the offspring needs to build immunity to the world.